This is spEarz to the streets. 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 This to the streets, to the streets, to the streets, to the This is spEarz to the streets. Get down to the beat, or get beat down in the street.
spEarz Championship match 2300 Arena further established Mercedes Monet's dominance in modern women's wrestling. What better than a match at the home of hardcore to let her detractors know her success is not a fluke? Detractor number one came in the form of Alex Windsor, who Monet lambasted leading up to this match by taking a dig at Windsor's hospitalized husband in a scathing promo during the celebration for another successful leg of Monet's belt collector quest. The match at 2300 primarily consisted of Monet battling through a lower back injury from Windsor's constant single crab legs and sharpshooters, but especially during one spot where Monet looked scheduled to powerbomb Windsor through the barricade, but with the crowd too close, Monet decided to change direction and powerbomb Windsor off the ring apron, further earning Monet credibility for her veteran status as a safe worker, a long way away from her matches with Brie Bella or Saraya. While Windsor relied on the sharpshooter, Monet flipped Windsor an innumerable amount of times into her bank statement. Monet makers were quickly transitioned into Monet's finisher, coming from out of nowhere after that patented signature and a few tornado DDTs. Windsor's reliance on those crabs cost her, as Monet used a wild amount of core and lower body strength to flip Windsor while still laying on the floor for a small package roll-up and retention of her TBS title. Foolishly, Windsor reached out for Monet's hand, only to get the finger post-match. Enraged, Windsor once again tried that sharpshooter, and Monet countered with the Monet Maker, until Rio came back to AEW with a double stomp to break up the skirmish and to set up her match against Monet at All Out 7. Monet is a student of Joshi wrestling, and when Rio was running the AEW locker room, Monet was still going by Banks. All Out 7 will now feature a dream match, and there couldn't have been a better place to set it up than during this championship match at the home of hardcore. Windsor threw her weight around with a rolling shoulder tackle that looked more like a flying headbutt from E. Honda in the best spot of the match. I expected more of this from her, but instead was pleasantly surprised to see Windsor attempt to be a submission magician. Truly, that title belonged to Monet by the end of the bout, though, as she spent her night in 2300 on defense, countering Windsor's subs, eating her blows, and outlasting her holds. Monet not only showed off her flexibility in this championship match, but her endurance as well, as she reveled in her Hogan booking with a black, silver, and white spray-painted outfit that paid homage to the NWO and further affirmed the similarities between Hogan and Monet as the face that runs pro wrestling at Warner Bros.
This is spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. This to the streets, to the streets, to the streets, to the This is spEarz to the streets. Get down to the beat, or get beat down in the street.